Disclaimer: the voice does not know how to pronounce this word correctly. I'm sorry in advance. Welcome, Pokémon trainers. I'm Campos and you're watching C Gaming Reviews. Today is a nice one. I'm going to talk with you guys about my top 10 Pokémon games. Biggest franchise of all time, and honestly I don't know how I managed to do this top. It's very difficult to put titles that we love behind others that we also love. This is obviously going to be a very personal evaluation. This top 10 represents my favorite Pokémon games in order, not necessarily the games I think are better looking or cool or have the best features. For example, strangely enough, I love catching legendaries, so games with more, I tend to appreciate more. Also, I was born in the 90s, so it's normal that some older games get a bigger spot than some of the last games. Anyhow, I would love to see your own top 10 list on the comments below. Let's begin. In number 10, I'm going to put Pokémon Ranger. Strange choice, I know, but hear me out. We all know the normal Pokémon games where you begin as a kid and choose your starter and go and try to fulfill the Pokédex, beat the Elite Four and dismantle an international criminal organization before turning 11. Most than everything, this game feels like a good change of pace. In terms of key features, I'm going to say unique gameplay focused on capturing Pokémon using the capture styler, exploration of the Fiori region and various environments, collaboration with Pokémon to solve puzzles and progress, an engaging storyline involving the Pokémon Pinchers, a different take on the Pokémon universe, emphasizing cooperation, sequels expanding on the Ranger gameplay and story. Gameplay, 4 out of 5. Plot, 3 out of 5. Pokémon variety, not applicable. Graphics, 4 out of 5. Music, 3 out of 5. Number 9 is going to be Pokémon Yellow. Sorry guys. The truth is, most people from my age started Pokémon from the original games, Pokémon Red, Blue, and Yellow. But I only played these games a lot later, so they didn't leave a huge impact on my brain. The first game I owned was from the 3rd generation. However, I still needed to put this game on the list because it's an amazing one. I just didn't enjoy it as much as other titles. As key features, this is a special edition that follows the adventures of Ash Ketchum from the animated series. Pikachu is your starter Pokémon which follows you in the game. The ability to obtain all 3 original starter Pokémon. Battles against Team Rocket members Jesse and James. The inclusion of animated Pokémon sprites. Staying true to the original Red and Blue storyline. Gameplay, 4 out of 5. Plot, 3 out of 5. Pokémon variety, 4 out of 5. Graphics, 3 out of 5. Music, 3 out of 5. Number 8 is going to be Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, the last installment of the Pokémon series. Even more now with the release of a new DLC. The executing did leave a bit to desire with lots of visual bugs and glitches and frame drops. The idea is interesting, the graphics are solid, music is good, and we finally have an open-world Pokémon game. Oh, and the lag on this game. I hated it. Still, I enjoyed the game and the idea behind it. We get access to terrestrialization, which completely breaks the meta. It's just a shame that we don't have a complete Pokédex. Regardless, I truly enjoyed this game and I think is one worth trying. Just remember that lag and frame drops are going on the journey with you. Gameplay, 4 out of 5. Plot, 4 out of 5. Pokémon variety, 5 out of 5. Graphics, 4 out of 5. Music, 4 out of 5. Number 7. Black and White 2. I think starting with this one are the games that I simply love. And yes, we are still on number 7. What do you want? Pokémon know how to make great games. Originally I did a script for a top 5 games and White 2 was my honorable mention. But after pushing it back one place I increased the video to a top 10. This is the game where the main character is older and is a continuation of the first one in terms of plot and story. So if you want to check this one out, I suggest to begin with Black and White. This game made huge graphical improvements when we consider the previous games, and there are some cool features such as expansive Unova region with new areas to explore, diverse Pokémon variety and availability, engaging post-game content and activities, first games with playful camera and 3D playing. Gameplay 4 out of 5. Plot 5 out of 5. Pokémon variety 5 out of 5. Graphics 4 out of 5. Music 4 out of 5. Number 6. Pokémon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. This is where things are becoming just stupid, trying to find arguments to choose one game over the other one. This game made me have a huge comeback on the Pokémon series after being calm for a couple of years. The fact is that I truly enjoyed it. I did various one-type playthroughs and every single one was very fun worth doing. I think the game is a bit on the easy side, except with that Ultra Necrozma without strats. Pretty cool stuff on this one. Alola region's unique and tropical setting. Introduction of Alola forms for existing Pokémon. The Ultra Beast storyline and dimension hopping. Expanded post-game content in Ultra Megalopolis and lots of shiny hunt and legendaries. Gameplay 4 out of 5. Plot 4 out of 5. Pokémon variety 5 out of 5. Graphics 5 out of 5. Music 4 out of 5. Number 5. Pokémon Emerald. I know, I'm going to get hate on this one, but it is what it is. Probably one if not the game I've more hours invested, and a very fun game overall. The main story is on the easy side, and if you catch Rayquaza before Elite Four, it becomes a walk in the park. I think the post-game is more than worth it, and it was fun combining both Sapphire and Ruby in one. The main points are introduction of the battle frontier for challenging battles, the merging of Team Aqua and Team Magna's storylines, iconic legendary Pokémon Rayquaza, extensive post-game content in the battle frontier. Gameplay 4 out of 5. Plot 4 out of 5. Pokémon variety 4 out of 5. Graphics 4 out of 5. Music 4 out of 5. Number 4. We are very close to the podium now. This one is the other not normal Pokémon game of the list, Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. This game allows us to become an old dream of most of us, to become a Pokémon. We still have turns on this game, but is very different from a normal title. In this one, you are a human that wake up a Pokémon, and with your partner, you need to understand the truth behind your transformation and rescue different Pokémon. We have unique dungeon crawling gameplay as a Pokémon, emotional and heartfelt storyline about friendship, randomly generated dungeons for replayability, introduction to the Mystery Dungeon series, Pokémon starter choice based of a psychological test. Gameplay 5 out of 5. Plot 5 out of 5. Pokémon variety not applicable. Graphics 4 out of 5. Music 4 out of 5. Number 3. We are now on the podium. Don't forget to also share your own list. I will gladly see it. Pokémon Platinum. Amazing game, period. Good rival, good story, good Pokémon, good AI, finally. Memorable Pokémon moments and lots of good hours to play. It offers enhanced and expanded Sinnoh region, introduction of the Distortion world, a unique dimension, battle frontier for challenging battles and facilities, the iconic character Giratina representing antimatter, improved graphics and gameplay refinements, an engaging storyline involving Team Galactic's plans. Gameplay 4 out of 5. Plot 5 out of 5. Pokémon variety 5 out of 5. Graphics 4 out of 5. Music 5 out of 5. Number 2. Pokémon Fire Red and Leaf Green. My first Pokémon game, and I still love this one. Is a 20-year-old game, but still bring all the memories like I was playing for the first time. It was a challenging game, or at least I always felt so, considering I was playing with 8 years old. This game was truly the beginning of probably my favorite franchise of all time. Since this game, I've been a huge Pokémon fan, and it doesn't look like slowing down. So even an extra point to this game regarding legacy. The key features are: faithful remake of the original Pokémon Red and Blue, classic Kanto region adventure with updated graphics, introduction of the Seviai Islands for post-game exploration, iconic legendary Pokémon such as Mewtwo and the 3 legendary birds. Gameplay, 5 out of 5. Plot, 5 out of 5. Pokémon variety, 5 out of 5. Graphics, 4 out of 5. Music, 5 out of 5. Number 1. You guys surely know what is number 1. The Golden Crown goes to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding. It goes, and well-deserved, to Pokémon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Everybody has different tastes and opinions, but I kinda guess that for most Pokémon players, this one is their favorite. I still haven't met someone that didn't enjoy it. It is simply a perfect remake. Amazing graphics, our good and well-known Pokémon, lots and lots and lots of mythical and legendaries to obtain, also with events and stories, not only distributions. The list goes on and on. I truly believe that Generation 4 was an amazing generation with, to me, the best Pokémon games. When I was making this video, I had doubts and made changes until the very end of everything, but I pretty much knew my top 3. Oh, and I can't forget one of the most cool features of Pokémon Soul Silver. Your Pokémon follows you. I love this. The big points are: huge map with both Johto and Kanto regions in one game, return of the Poke Walker for real-world exploration, interaction with your lead Pokémon following you, inclusion of the Battle Frontier from Pokémon Emerald, nostalgic and emotionally resonant gameplay experience. Gameplay, 5 out of 5. Plot, 5 out of 5. Pokémon variety, 5 out of 5. Graphics, 5 out of 5. Music, 5 out of 5. And there you have it. This concludes my top 10 of all the Pokémon games. And I had fun doing this, so I'm going to make more tops in the future. I speak as a Pokémon fan to everybody. If you never tried a Pokémon game, please do. If you have, share with me what makes you love or hate this universe. Feel free to like, comment your farts and games you want to be reviewed, subscribe, and until next time. Unlock the world of gaming, where reviews come to life.